The global recession and the foreclosure crisis, the epicenter was here in Cleveland. And so literally you could go down almost any street in Cleveland and see boarded up houses.
They were all foreclosed on, people moved out, so the people that actually did own their homes were left in these neighborhoods.
My credit was bad. A lot of people don't even look at you when your credit bad.
Growing up, like, we moved a lot. I just want to go somewhere and never leave.
When families do not live in stable housing, their educational opportunities suffer, their health outcomes are reduced, and their economic opportunities are reduced. You know, in the Cleveland Public Schools, less than half of the kids who start in September finish in June. That means there's always constant disruption. Here's a new kid now, here's a new kid now. And you know what happens, the new kid's always trying to find where they fit in. They're not focused on learning, they're focused on surviving.
I moved 20 times before I hit 18.
We've moved a lot as well, like from when I first had my daughter. So I just want to get them somewhere, get them familiar with the neighborhood and grow up with people that they know.
We do either build or rehab homes for families who otherwise have no access to market rate housing.
Right now we're on Real Avenue in the Clark Fulton neighborhood, and we have 6 houses that we are working on. There are only about 20 houses on this block, so completing 6 houses on this block is going to really transform it.
Our revitalization activity has a much broader impact on the neighborhood than what you might think of just by doing a house.
May the fullness of your blessing come upon all who live here and all whom they welcome in their homes.
Last year we had 4,000 volunteers that did over 90,000 hours.
Without a strong volunteer group, we wouldn't be able to complete these homes.
Any volunteer, I want you to raise your hand if you worked on these houses so far.
I actually started working with Habitat while I was in college, so it would have been about 1989. To see something that, you know, I would finish drawings one week and then go out to the field and see people actually putting it together and rising out of the ground was very rewarding.
I've been a volunteer for Habitat since June of 2015 when I retired from my regular job after 35 years. Jeff and I pretty much built that stairway in the back of this house, which was very challenging. But doing things like designing and building that stairway in the back here was kind of stuff we like to do. We like to be challenged. And having the lunches together is an important part of it as well. We sit down, we tell stories, we talk about sports.
And they come just like they were at work. They treat this thing very serious. And that's one thing I did notice. I said, wow, this is really incredible to see people come together for a common goal like this.
And we help each other. And we both come away from it having more knowledge than when we got here.
Some jobs you go into and you don't want to come to every morning, but I get up every morning and I actually enjoy coming here to work with my volunteers.
There's a potential stigma of Habitat families that you know which house is theirs because it doesn't look like the rest of the houses in the neighborhood.
Now you get a lot of people coming into a house and they're just looking, what's the least I have to put into it to flip this house? And Habitat comes in and says, what does it need to be done to keep this house going for another 100 years and several generations of that family?
They are often the first person in their family to own a home.
I'm almost 50, and it's gonna be my first house I ever own.
You want your children to do better and be better than you, and she can make it a better way for her children.
So I'm very excited for her, and I'm very proud of her that she's come this far and doing this. Oh, don't cry. This is happiness. Now you got me crying.
We thank you for all the laborers, Lord God. We thank you for those that came together as a community, Lord God. Amen. 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 Amen.
Yes, it's my new house.
How do you like that?
If you don't get your house, that's because you didn't want your house. You didn't want it. I wanted mine.
Being able to move in 6 new families onto this street that care about each other and care about this community and their home is really going to transform this whole street, and hopefully that spreads out into the community.
If you really want to change a family, it's not the bag of groceries or it's not the free shoes, it's the house.